What's up, guys? It's another edition of the show. This is Radio Xposed, and I've always been your host. I'm Mike, and on today's episode of the show, we're going to talk about something which is a bit controversial, but we can make a lot of sense out of whatever we're going to discuss on the show today. And without wasting too much time, let me go straight by telling you this. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I drop any video on the channel. And please do me a favor by sharing this channel or even my videos with others so they also get to know what's going on this channel. To all my people in South Africa, Cameroon, Nigeria, wherever you find yourself, I bring you peace. And please stay with me. I'll be right back. Welcome back. So just like I said, the topic we're going to talk about today is a bit controversial, and it gets a lot of heads cracking down, what I'm saying? So without wasting too much, I'm going to tell you this. So we all know what's going on with this LGBT plus Q whatever, but for some time now, back in Ghana where I come from, to all my Ghanaian people, shout out. Back to Ghana where I come from, there's this particular MP who has been campaigning and championing for an anti-LGBTQ, law that should be passed in Parliament of Ghana. And he's none other but Honorable Sam George. A member of Parliament for a particular area in Ghana, and he's been championing the cause. 93% of Ghanaians don't want LGBTQ plus in the country Ghana. So they are actually in support of the fact that some MPs are trying to, enact laws that will actually criminalize the act of LGBTQ plus. Over the past few months, there's been foreign media channels granting interviews with Honorable Sam George. The most recent one that happened was with CNN, where a guy was trying to interview Honorable Sam George to talk about this LGBTQ thing, and then, we all know what it ended in. So I chanced my hands on a new interview he did with BBC, and I would want to share this interview with you and give up what I think, and you can also put what you think in the comment section, but please remember to be polite with your comments. Without wasting too much, I'm going to play this audio. We all listen to the audio and we discuss it.
Newsday, BBC World Service. Ghana's parliament is set to vote today on what could be one of the world's toughest anti-gay laws. The act, called the Promotion of Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill, would effectively make it a crime to be gay, bisexual or transgender. Proposals include anyone who identifies as gay or transgender facing possible imprisonment for up to 5 years. Also, anyone who promotes or supports non-heterosexual identities could be put away for up to 10 years. The bill also includes requirements to denounce suspects. Let's talk to Samuel Nate George, Member of Parliament and one of the main sponsors of the bill. He joins us on the line now from Ghana. Welcome to Newsday.
Now, what this woman was saying is, actually, she was trying to, tell us what the bill, which has been sent to Parliament of Ghana, is about. And let me bring it down to my local language a little bit so everyone can understand. Inti ahano o chese, emrana o mashisha o modi akoto Parliament say, yen jintu neme emra kunini wo Ghana, emrana obe chese, mema omne mema da, ema omne ma da. Sa enema bi sa no ebeba beye bone wo omanim na empukra no wo a obegye si hu so se wo de wunye bi na emom obebo hu dawru eno so kra no ye bone. So basically what he's saying is, if you are caught within the law, breaking the law, you would be sentenced to not less than 3 years in prison, but not more than 5 years in prison. That is for those who actually perform the act of homosexuality and the LGBTQ whatever, and for those who actually advocate for it, even though they're not doing it. So this is what the law is about. Also, this bill that has been sent to the Parliament of Ghana is actually also protecting the LGBTQ people or even the advocates of LGBT, in the sense that you cannot take the law into your hands and just attack somebody because you feel or think this person is a gay or this person is in the act of LGBTQ, any of those. So Emrani Che say, simple, se ubi eye bibi sa, uni hu to me, untimi fam rani show sem, enko attacking nipano, enko to nipano susa, say ade intia, me hu nipa we asumesi, or ye bibi say, so uhu bibi sa, what you have to do is just report the person to the right place, which is the police station. And yes, sir, say me, then family said me nyebi. Nemu me kuhu obi oyebi. Na se me ko attacking nipa na. Me so kra no, me boomra, me default. Inti me so no, ye me 12 years. This is what the law is saying. So actually the law is criminalizing the act. The law is criminalizing the advocacy of it. And the bill is actually criminalizing people who attack those who they perceive to be in these activities. So that's what the bill is about. Now let's move on.
A very good morning to you, Claire, and to your listeners.
Well, it's good to have you on the programme. You'll know the arguments against this, so let's get straight to it. Your critics will say this is a bill that is hateful in essence and is turning Ghanaians against one another. What do you say to that?
Well, first of all, let me say this. This bill has not turned anyone against the other in Ghana.
Well, that's a very unfortunate reading for anybody or conclusion for anybody to draw, because this is a bill that enjoys the support. At the last research that was carried out by a private civil society organization, 93% of Ghanaians support this position. Laws are a reflection of what society desires. The UK, for example, has laws that reflect what the British people want. Brexit is a reflection of what the British people wanted. It's not a reflection of what everybody wants, but it's a reflection of what majority of the people want.
Yes, that's the point. So that's what he's saying. And Sani Ebeshemrano, you say, and you may be saying, Koso, or my money panel, I do not know what for money. Into Emrana Yesheno, Ebebo Mina, Nasa M1. And upon survey, 93% of the people of Ghana are in support of the fact that this LGBTQ plus should be illegalized in Ghana. 7% in the field say Yamani Koso. So even if you are to go by the democracy system, the majority carries the vote at the end of the day. So this bill is not a bill to harm anybody, but it's to do what the people want. Basically, that's what it is.
Majority of the people in Ghana support heterosexuality, and we do not understand why anybody is going to see an expression of that desire to represent hatred.
Yes, and actually this bill which is coming out is not for that. The bill is a bill which is going to, one, protect the people in this act, two, protect the people who advocate, three, criminalize the act of attacking people who you think they are in the act. So it's actually not a bill which is promoting hate. Let's move on.
That is what we believe.
Well, I'll give you. Let me give you one example then, because one of the ideas in the bill is conversion therapy for people who may be gay, bisexual, or transgender. The UN says conversion therapy is torture. Do the majority of Ghanaians support that?
Well, again, that's a question of all things. I mean, and that's the interpretation that you're putting on it. In the bill, you don't see us say we're offering conversion therapy. Nowhere in the bill is that. You are suggesting conversion therapy. What we discuss in the bill, or what is offered in the bill, is approved medical treatment that is approved by the Ghana Medical Association. And that is the standard in Ghana. The Ghana Medical Authority and Ghana Medical Association approves all medical treatments that are given. So in the bill, there is no talk of conversion
what is
therapy.
That if not conversion therapy against the will of the people who may be gay, bisexual, or transgender?
So if you have an intersex person and they're going corrective surgery because they realize, and let's be clear, science is science. Science will determine whether you're male or female when we do a sequencing of your DNA. There is no gender neutrality when it comes to determining who is male or female. Your genetics show which sex you are. And so if you're an intersex person, for example, and there is corrective surgery to help make your dominant gene reflective in your sexual orientation, how then is that seen to be conversion therapy?
Well,
That's
because
an
you're
approved
going
medical
against
treatment.
international law, though, aren't you? If the UN says this is torture,
Ghana is
then that is what you are doing.
clear.
You are going against international definitions.
Claire, the UN has not said approved medical treatment is torture. You are saying so. The UN does not determine what is medical treatment in Ghana. Ghana is governed by its own laws, not by the UN. And let's be clear, the UN has not made homosexuality a human right. The UN has not had any votes in the General Assembly. In fact, the Ghanaian government has had the occasion to say to the homosexual cabal, if you want to have a vote on this, table it before the UN General Assembly and let us have a vote on it. And then we will be guided by it. But to come in through the window and say that the UN has banned a conversion therapy, nowhere in our bill does the bill talk about conversion therapy.
Okay, so let me break this down. What this lady said is, in the bill which is being taken to Parliament, somewhere in the bill it suggests conversion therapy. Conversion therapy is just a simple thing. It simply means the act of changing somebody's sexual orientation. What do I say? So let me read it from here. Conversion therapy is any attempt to change a person's sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression. That's basically what it means. Now, why this? So this lady is saying this because this UN has made a statement or said it somewhere, said any attempt to perform a conversion therapy is torture because you are going to, change somebody's sexual orientation or sexual identity by medical means or whatever. But in the bill, it's said nowhere, said, and I said it's not recommended anywhere, said, you recommended sexual conversion therapy. What is said in the bill is said, we have girls who actually look like boys or even act like boys. We have men who act like women. And in the bill, it suggested that Ghana, we have medical systems. When you have the male gene as a woman, you have too much male genes, which makes you act like a boy. They have medical treatment. Likewise for the man. That is what the bill suggests. But the bill doesn't suggest, say, go and do conversion. No, and this woman is saying, and on your conversion therapy, then what it is? What is it? And then some judge replied and said, the UN doesn't determine medical treatments in Ghana. UN doesn't determine medical treatments in Ghana, or UN doesn't tell Ghana how to treat people who are sick or even have any kind of disorder. Because what do you mean? If the UN is saying this, it doesn't mean Ghana should do it. Because Ghana has its own laws. The UN or Ghana is not governed by the UN. Ghana is governed by a democratic system of governance. And we have a constitution that governs the country. And to the UN, if you think that is good for you, you take it. The UN cannot suggest to Ghana how to treat patients. You understand?
Okay, is the Pope wrong then? The Pope Francis said last year that he thinks same-sex couples should be allowed to have civil unions. He said homosexual people have the right to be in a family. They are children of God and have the right to a family. The head of one of the largest Christian faiths in the world. Is he wrong?
Okay, so now this woman has since said some judges actually, on point. So let's switch to religious side. Now the Pope, she is trying to introduce a statement made by the Pope. Now let's listen to how it goes.
Well, the Pope has expressed his opinion. The Catholic Church has not taken a definitive decision on that. And let me give you a typical example. The Methodist Church in the UK has said that they're going to allow for gay marriages and all. The Methodist Church of Ghana has disassociated itself with that decision. We are not under that. We're not going to be bound by the decision of that church. This bill is supported by the Catholic
But
Bishops' Conference.
the Bible.
What this woman is saying is the Pope said somewhere people of same-sex marriage should be allowed to live, they should be allowed to have families and all that. You understand? They are all children of God and blah, 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 blah. This is what the woman is saying. Now, the point is, what I don't understand is, why should Ghanaians or Africans, let me reduce it to Ghanaians because I'm talking about Ghana now. Why should Ghanaians listen to what Pope has said in Italy, Rome, but rather not listen to what our culture or follow what our culture tells us, one, what our tradition tells us, two, what our constitution tells us, three, and what our own conscience and our way of life tells us? Why shouldn't we? Why should we listen to the Pope but ignore all this? Does it mean we as Africans or we as black people cannot think for ourselves, but we should wait and listen to what the Pope says? Or because somebody somewhere wants this thing to be legalized all around the world, so we should listen? Is that what's going on? I don't get it.
Genesis 1:27 says, God created man in his own image. In the image God, he created him, male and female. He created them. If he created man and woman in his own image, then he created homosexuals, bisexuals, and transgender people too, didn't he?
Now, come to think of it, these same white people, and I said, these same missionaries, let me put it that way, not white people, excuse me. These same missionaries who brought the Bible, in the Bible, it says, God created Adam and Eve, Oba and Ebema. Man, Adam being a man, Eve being a woman. If it was right to have a man relationship, why then is it that why then didn't God create a man and a man, but he rather created a man and a woman then? I don't get it. Are you telling me God didn't have sense then, but he has sense now? Excuse me. Or God had sense then, but now God doesn't have sense now? Because the Bible hasn't changed. And it's the same Bible you guys brought to us that we follow till now. Once again, in the Bible, God burned down Sodom and Gomorrah because of gayism, lesbianism. Has that changed in the Bible? If that hasn't changed in the Bible, why is it that now you, these same people who brought the Bible to us, are telling us something different in the Bible?
Well, Claire, my bill is not a religious bill. It is a bill on cultural values. But if you want to go into the Bible, I'll grant you that. Bible says God created Adam and Eve, not Adam&Steve. He says, for this reason, a man shall leave his mother and father and cling to his wife. He didn't say cling to another man. And so if you want to read the Bible, don't read just one part of it. We can read the Bible and go explicitly. Again, the same Bible tells us that God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of homosexuality. So when you want to quote the Bible to support homosexuality, let's be very clear.
Well, I'm not doing that. I'm merely testing your arguments out, as millions of people listening to this around the world would do in my position too. That's my job as a journalist. But we thank you. Sure. We thank you very much for joining us on Newsday. Samuel Nati George, Member of Parliament in Ghana.
I don't have a problem if you think it's good in your country to do it. Do it there. It's fine. I'm not bothered. Just as you think it's good in your country, so you're doing it, we in our country also think it's not good, so we are not doing it. What's the big deal? about this? I want to know. I just want to know. I don't get it. If you think it's good in your country, so you're doing it. We think it's not good in our country, so we are not doing it. What is the big deal here? I just want to understand it. I'll be glad if somebody could tell me a reason why you have the right to think for yourself, but we cannot have the right to think for ourselves. I just don't get it. It's just like telling me 1 + 1 is 2 in your country, but 1 + 1 should be 3 in my country. It doesn't make sense to me. Like I said, it's okay if you want to do it in your country. Fine, do it however you want. You can even marry a tree. That's what you think is good for you in your country. But that is not what we think is good for us in our country. So we are not doing it. It's as simple as that.
Guys, so this is what it has been. And I think Sam George is doing great. I pray for God's protection upon him. And I want to see this law or this bill being passed into law, so we know which direction we are going. That's basically what I want. And my point is, if you think A is good for you, have your A. If I think B is good for me, let me have my B. That's what it is, guys. That's what it has been. Guys, please put your comment in the comment section. Do you think it's good what's going on? Do we need this bill to be passed in the Parliament of Ghana to become a law? Or do you think we should just leave these people to live their lives? Put your comment in the comment section. For me, I know where I stand. I'm not against anybody, but I will not do what somebody is trying to force on me. That's my point. I will do what my instinct tells me is right, and I will do what the people or even my country, the constitution of my country. I will not do anything that goes against the constitution of my country or the laws in my country. So if the laws in my countries are against homosexuality, then I'm against homosexuality, because I cannot go against the law in my country. So that's what it has been. I'm Mike, and I've been your host for today's show. This is Radio Xposed. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I drop anything on the channel. And without further ado, peace. I'm out.
Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you get to know of any new audio or video podcast we post. Like, comment in the comment section, and share our video with others. Thank you.